Well, this is the first time I can say I watched something so you don't have to. Sausage Party Foodtopia is the spin-off / sequel to Sausage Party, starring Seth Rogen and Michael Cera. It picks up right after food takes over the earth.
I repeat, food is alive.
It never feels like that within the scale of the show. It's not necessarily the food gets out in the world and and stuff like that. The movie's really just a movie about capitalism and the roles that journalism play in politics. Seeing the food live on the streets, and some food begins to rot. Other foods are getting eaten by the animals. It basically becomes a campaign movie. So I'll start with the positives, and the positives mainly consist of the first 2 episodes. The first 2 episodes get you refamiliarized with Sausage Party and what it's about. So Frank and Brenda were the leaders of this big revolt of food liberating themselves from humans. So they feel most of the responsibility for all the other food. That's as good as an intro as you're gonna get. First off, Michael Cera as Barry was the best character throughout the series. If there was a reason to recommend Sausage Party, it would be because of all of Barry's scenes. He was the only real reason I was laughing throughout the entire series. Any joke that landed probably came from Barry for me. I thought Seth Rogen as Frank did a good job voice acting wise. It didn't sound as phone-in as I've heard it sound in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie or that Super Mario movie. Also, whoever voices Brenda, she was still very good. The voice acting and the script, dialogue wise, was great. The huge negative is the show's too busy trying to set up this social commentary. At this point, we've seen variations of for years now. The idea is far better than the execution. Straight up, if you skip episode 3, 4, and 5, you would miss nothing. And those are mainly the most boring of the show. Nothing else is at the level to keep my attention when nothing funny is happening. Honestly, for it to be a sequel to Sausage Party, this show is pretty clean. Aside from the first episode and definitely the 6th episode, take out a couple of fucks and maybe a other couple of words, it could damn near be a kid's show. And I guess I'll talk about the animation real quick. At first, the animation didn't bother me. It does look a little VeggieTales throughout the series. It never really gets too much better. Whatever the animation is in the first episode is the exact same animation you get throughout the series. The puns, they gotta be going for a record of most food puns put in a professional television show. They start off okay, but around the 2nd episode, I wondered how thin they were gonna stretch the food puns, and man, they stretch them all the way out, almost over into the next show. If you love food puns, you're gonna love this show. This show is gonna be a 8 out of 10 for you, maybe even a 9 out of 10. Food puns get exhausting after a while. The funniest food pun that I can think of, the iced tea, is almost so easy and so simple. It feels like a cop-out. But I can't think of anything else aside from the food pun remix that are in the series that I'm going to say, depending on how they were achieved, I can either give the show credit for or I can hold it against the show. Mainly because a few of them sounded pretty close to the actual artist, maybe just sounding a little older. But I'm not sure who's still dead, who's still alive. Like the song Barracuda, they remixed that into Barry Culture, and it's just food puns throughout the entire song. But there's moments like that, and then Bad Boys, they remixed that. Depending on how they achieved the music, hopefully no AI was involved. I'll give the show some credit for that, but if AI was involved, take that same credit and hold it against the show for me. There's way too many inconsistencies to ignore. I can suspend disbelief, but there are some things that just don't make sense according to the rules that they set up in their own TV show. Like when Barry goes up one of the humans' butts to control him, and they continually say, "Up the butt, I'm in the butt, he's in my butt."
I'm plugged in.
What are you doing?
There's a hot dog up there.
but yet they're visible from the zipper. Another thing, humans can't see food move until they ingest bath salts, which the food uses against the humans in order to get them to see them alive when they're hunting down the humans for answers. And they kill one human in an off-screen death, so the human's friends come back and they see food around the campfire, which means they see Barry and them as the food that they are, until Barry smacks one of them in the face with a bag of bath salts. I just wondered how they can't see them move until they ingest the bath salts, but they can't get hit with the bath salts until they do them themselves, or one of the foods hits them with bath salts. Can they see bath salts hit them in the face, but not the hot dog move? I know I'm thinking about it way too much. You can't help but think about it when you watch the show. The inconsistencies and stuff like that make the show hard to watch. So when you try to ignore that and look for more of the comedy, and you don't really get the comedy, and you're just left with a bunch of stuff that doesn't make sense, it's kind of hard to justify the show. I don't know if I would watch another season. Foodtopia gets a 4 out of 10.
I said empty your mind, be formless, shapeless, like water.